Hi, I'm Jason Stahl, editor of BodyShop Business. Today's body shops are looking for ways to increase productivity, save money, while at the same time improve quality. Sometimes a review of how some of the basic processes are performed can lead to significant improvements. Today, Tim McKenney, Senior Application Engineer from EVERCOAT, will provide an in-depth review of the basics of mixing, applying, and sanding body filler and putty to help ensure a quality foundation for automotive paint.
So as I go through this process, remember 80 was in the middle, sanded with 180. I'm going to start with 180. So I'm going to keep continuing with those grits and not going backwards. If I go backwards, then I got to go back and take those coarser sand scratches back out of the repair. So I don't want to have to do that. So I'll go ahead and start this off.
Tim, I noticed you got a low spot here. How can you fix that?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually scuff that area up a little bit to give a little bit of a tooth for the product to stick onto because it's unsanded Rage Ultra right there. So I want to be able to sand it, make sure it sticks to itself. So I'm just going to take some of the 180 grit, and I'm going to scuff in that area a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a Rage Ultra just right in that little area. Now, if this was a traditional two-step process with the putty, most technicians would apply over the top of the whole repair. The reason being, the putty sands at a different rate than what the filler does. So they don't want to sand through it. That's why they over-apply. But then they got to block the repair straight 2 times. The filler gets blocked, the putty gets blocked. Since I've already blocked this straight with Rage Ultra, what I'm going to do is just spot fill that. It's going to sand at the same rate as what I've already applied. So I don't need to recoat the whole thing. I can just put it right in that little spot. So we'll just scuff in that little area, remove the dust, and mix up a little bit of product. Where I had the low spot, I filled that in. So all I really want to do is just come back with my DA and just sand off that little bit, just leave a little bit inside of that low spot, and then we're going to be all set. So I'll sand this real quick. And again, same grit, 180 grit. That's the only grit that I've used after I feather edged my repair, and it's the same sheet all the way through this process. Okay, so there's our low spot, all filled in.
I know, Tim, we were talking about putties and fillers earlier, and if this is a filler, how are you able to do that?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, what we've done is I was talking about the differences in the resins. This particular product uses a resin we call eco resin. So it's a polyester resin, but it's blended with our own proprietary patented process of the new eco resin. The eco resin gives us a wider range of substrates, so it's able to go over top of a sanded clear coat, something that was unheard of for many fillers. We have traditional body fillers like our Z-Grip, our Rage Gold, our Lightweight. Those are meant to go over top of an 80 grit. So if I had actually done this in that process, I would have really just applied my filler in the middle, where I'd sanded with 80, applied it, sanded it with 80, and then it would have come back with the putty. Because this eco resin product works so well, and we have such a fine filler package in it, we're able to put it over top of a 180 grit sand scratch. Because we've come out with that new resin structure, we've been able to adjust the work times like for extra and then the product like this. So it gives us a lot more versatility than what a traditional filler product might be with Z-Grip or with a traditional putty like Mckinney.